Good, y'all. It's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV back at y'all with some boxing news. So, Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda is this weekend, July 12th on Saturday. I've been watching multiple interviews with Shakur Stevenson, and in every single interview, Shakur keeps talking about Floyd Schofield. Like, Shakur, you're not fighting Floyd Schofield, right? Last weekend, Floyd Schofield, he knocked out Tevin Farmer in the first round. He shocked everybody. This is the first time Tevin Farmer has been knocked out, I think, in a couple years or something like that. We all think that Tevin Farmer is a good fighter. Obviously, he's on a losing streak, but he's a former champion. I think he's a former two-time champion, right? Shout out to Tevin Farmer. But, nobody predicted that Floyd Schofield was going to knock out Tevin Farmer in the first round. Now, remember, Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Schofield, they were supposed to fight a couple months ago over there in Saudi Arabia. Leading up to the fight, Floyd Schofield Sr. was alleging that I guess Shakur was doing all type of stuff like putting drugs in her, all type of crazy shit, right? Long story short, Floyd Schofield ended up getting sick in Saudi, and he was ruled out of the fight, and then Shakur ended up fighting Josh Padley, and then eventually that's when Floyd fought Tevin and whatever, right? So I don't understand why Shakur is like even entertaining Floyd Schofield. Like, Shakur, you should be 1,000% locked on William Zepeda, bro. That's your opponent. And this guy, William Zepeda, he's already been saying on record that he's coming into this fight. He's going to try his best to knock you out. This guy throws a shit ton of punches per round. I think he's broken records for the most punches thrown per round. You know what I'm saying? They say this guy throws like close to 1,000 punches per round or some crazy shit, right? Now, a lot of people feel like because William Zepeda didn't look good in that first Tevin Farmer fight, he got dropped. A lot of people like myself feel like Tevin Farmer was robbed. They feel like that means that Shakur is easily going to beat William Zepeda. Guys, how many times do we have to realize that styles make fights? Just because a fighter doesn't look good against a certain fighter, that doesn't automatically mean that they're going to beat this fighter. Like, for example, everybody thought Ryan Garcia was going to beat Rolly Romero because of what Ryan Garcia did to Devin Haney. But Devin Haney and Rolly Romero, they don't fight alike at all. They're two complete different fighters. You understand what I'm saying? Rolly Romero pulled off the upset and dropped Ryan Garcia and beat him by, I think, unanimous decision, right? So Shakur Stevenson and Tevin Farmer, those are two different fighters. They got two different styles. You feel me? Tevin Farmer, like, he likes to sit in the middle of the ring and just exchange punches. Shakur Stevenson likes to move around the ring. Shakur Stevenson, he doesn't like to get hit at all. So you can't just say because William Zepeda struggled against Tevin Farmer that he's automatically going to lose against Shakur, because that's not how boxing works, bro. Styles make fights. Just because one fighter, didn't look good against that fighter, that don't mean they can't look great against another fighter. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is, I feel like Shakur Stevenson is underestimating his opponent. I've seen multiple interviews where Shakur, he's not taking Zepeda serious. Like, he thinks William Zepeda is going to be a cakewalk. I'm hearing Shakur saying that, it seems like Shakur might even try to switch his style up. He keeps saying that people haven't seen everything he can do in the ring. So we might see a fight where Shakur, stands in the middle of the ring and tries to knock out Zepeda. And I don't think that's a good idea, man. Shakur, you should go into this fight fighting your usual regular style. Don't let the outside noise distract you, brother. I see Turkey Al-Sheikh is talking about he don't want no Tom and Jerry match, and the ring is going to get smaller by each round. At the end of the day, bro, Turkey Al-Sheikh, you're not a boxer, bro. Shut the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't like Shakur Stevenson's style, then after this fight, don't pay him no more. Don't give him any more fights. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't like boxers like Shakur and Richardson Hitchens and Devin Haney, if you don't like boxers that aren't KO artists, that don't just stand in the middle of the ring and get hit in the face all 12 rounds, then don't pay him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I hate to bring up Teofimo Lopez, but this is why Teofimo Lopez called Turkey Al-Sheikh a dictator. Because this guy, he's trying to control things that he's not allowed to control. You can't control how a boxer fights, bro. You can't control a boxer's style. At the end of the day, if you only want to see people stand in the middle of the ring and you want to see somebody get knocked out, you're not a real boxing fan, bro. You understand what I'm saying? You don't enjoy the sweet science of boxing. Now, I totally get the Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez fight. That was awful. I totally get the Canelo Alvarez and William Skull fight. That was awful. But those are just one fights for each fighter. Both of those, Devin Haney and Canelo Alvarez, they don't have a history of putting on boring fights like that. They don't. You know, we've seen Devin Haney stand in the middle of the ring and slug it out with Lomachenko and Ryan Garcia, right? So with that being said, man, I just have a strange feeling that Shakur Stevenson is going to get upset, not because William Zepeda is a better boxer than Shakur Stevenson, but because Shakur Stevenson, he seems too focused on Floyd Schofield, bro. You are way too focused on Floyd Schofield. You shouldn't be talking about Floyd Schofield at all. Now you're disrespecting Floyd Schofield Sr. and you're calling them pussies, and now Floyd Sr. is responding to you, and it's like, bruh, Shakur, you got to fight Saturday, bruh. Shakur, you're fighting on Saturday against William Zepeda. William Zepeda is going to walk you down, bro, and he is going to do everything in his power to land as many punches as he can on you. And whether he knocks you down or whether he knocks you out or not, bro, he's going to be throwing a shit ton of punches at you, big dog. You need to be 100% focused on that, bro. And to all of the people that feel like Shakur Stevenson has the best defense in boxing, this is going to be the perfect fight for Shakur to prove that. You know, I don't want to see Shakur go in there and stand in the middle. I want to see Shakur go in there and showcase his defense. And I want to see Shakur out-punch and out-land Williams. That's what I want to see. I want to see a good boxing fight, bro. I love seeing a fight where you got a guy that just wants to slug it out, and then you got a guy that prioritizes defense over offense. I love that. Because I love to see what fighters like Shakur does when a guy is in the ring trying to knock your head off. I love that, bro. I love seeing that shit, bro. And listen, man, William Zepeda, he beat Tevin Farmer in that second fight with ease. If we're gonna be honest, bro, that second fight wasn't close at all. The first fight was close. I think Tevin Farmer got robbed. You know, Tevin Farmer dropped William Zepeda, but William Zepeda, he worked on some things and he looked much better in that second fight. You know, I don't think Tevin Farmer won more than 2 or 3 rounds in that second fight against William Zepeda. So, you know, William Zepeda, listen, man, he's coming into this fight, man, with a chip on his shoulder, bro. I truly do believe that. And I'm not a fan of boxers overlooking their opponent, man. You know, I think Shakur is just, it's like, I guess because he's so surprised that Floyd Schofield knocked out Farmer in the first round. Because before the fight even happened, you know, Shakur went on Twitter and said that Floyd Schofield is going to basically try to knock Tevin's head off in the early rounds. And then that's exactly what happened. He knocked his head off in the first round. And I think Shakur is still bitter towards Floyd Schofield for pulling out of the fight. I think that Shakur is pissed off that Floyd Schofield Sr. was making all of these allegations about Shakur, basically, you know, setting up his son to, you know, basically not make it to the fight. And I think that bothers Shakur, bro. Shakur is a very sensitive, emotional guy. You know, Shakur Stevenson, this is why we call him Shakira Twitterson, bro, because he's always on Twitter responding to hate comments, bro. And it's like, when you have a fight coming up, bro, you got to be 100% locked in on that fight, bro. The minute that you lose focus on your opponent, bro, you know, you never know what can happen. All it takes is one punch, bro. All it takes is one punch for things to change, man. And the thing with Shakur is, see, this is why, you know, I've always told people I think Devin Haney is better than Shakur. We don't know how Shakur Stevenson is going to react when he gets hit with that first clean punch on the chin, right? Like, you've never really seen Shakur get hit clean on the chin Like, and we haven't really seen how he reacts. Like Shakur, this man will sit there and jump into the ropes just to avoid getting hit in the face. You know what I'm saying? You look at this fight with Edwin De Los Santos, he was moving around, using his feet, jumping into the ropes. The same way that Devin Haney looked against Jose Ramirez, that's what Shakur Stevenson did against Edwin De Los Santos. And the problem with that is, bro, is when somebody finally catches up to Shakur, like when you put Shakur in the ring with somebody that can move around like he does and they can actually, you know, walk him down and cut the ring off, what is Shakur gonna do? Is Shakur gonna drop? You know, is Shakur gonna get knocked out? Is Shakur gonna take a knee? Or is Shakur gonna get hit and eat the shot and just keep boxing? You never know. You know, we seen Devin Haney get dropped like 4 or 5 times against Ryan, but Devin got up every single time, bro. We seen Devin Haney get rocked against Jorge Linares. His legs buckled, and then he came out and won the rest of the rounds, right? We seen Floyd Mayweather almost get dropped by Shane Mosley. He recovered and won the rest of the rounds of the fight. So how is Shakur Stevenson going to react when he finally gets hit with that clean shot? You know, now I see a lot of people saying that William Zepeda isn't a power puncher. You guys are right. He doesn't hit the hardest, but he throws a lot of punches, bro. And if you're throwing a bunch of punches per round, whether it's a heavy punch or not, it affects you, bro. Each punch that lands is going to affect you whether you realize it or not. You know, I think that's why Tevin Farmer didn't look as good in that second fight as the first fight, because William Zepeda landed so many punches in that first fight. I think that Tevin Farmer in that second fight, I don't think he really fully recovered from that first fight. And I think that also is a big reason why he probably got stopped against Floyd Schofield in the first round. You know, Tevin Farmer, he may need to take a year off, bro. I think Tevin Farmer should take a year off and fully recover from that damage, because he fought Floyd Schofield not too long after the second fight against Zepeda. Like, Tevin Farmer, bro, you need to take a break. You know, relax your chin. You know what I'm saying? Relax your chin, bruh, and prioritize your health, man. But let me know what you guys think about this, man. Is Shakur Stevenson underestimating William Zepeda? Do you guys think that William Zepeda is going to upset Shakur Stevenson? Let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Wavy. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video for your boy. Subscribe. Follow me on TikTok. I'm out.